So I had a few people ask me straight up, Lee, what are your thoughts about Dave Batista returning to the WWE? And I said to them at the time, well, you know what? I'm taking what I'm hearing right now with a grain of salt. I'll believe it when I actually see it, when WWE actually acknowledges it and we see some type of a promo go down. Then I'll comment on it. Until then, I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt. Checked out tonight's WWE Raw for December 23rd. Saw the vignette for the Animal, Dave Batista, who's going to be making his return to WWE at Monday Night Raw coming up January 20th, just a week before the Royal Rumble. That's right, as seen on the December 23rd edition of WWE Raw, former Evolution member, 6-time World Heavyweight Champion and 4-time WWE Champion Dave Batista will be making his return to the company on WWE Raw January 20th. Folks, that comes 1 week before the 27th annual Royal Rumble pay-per-view in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This comes on the heels of a leak that the former WWE superstar was going to be returning at 2 WWE live events, one being in Las Vegas, Nevada on February 16th. Many thought maybe this was some type of an error, but Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, along with PW Insider, also a few reputable and very respected wrestling news websites, were able to confirm Dave Batista's return to the company. WWE officials are said to be upset with the leak, as this was supposed to be a surprise, but some feel that maybe, just maybe, WWE did this on purpose just to generate some type of buzz for the 44-year-old wrestler who was last seen in the WWE back in 2010. Now, it should be noted that Batista will turn 45 before the Royal Rumble, has been entertaining the idea of a WWE return since last year, but due to several projects, it kept getting pushed back. Some of those projects included the TV series Chuck, Scorpion King 3, The Man with the Iron Fist, Riddick, and the upcoming 2014 summer flick Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's not also forget he made his MMA debut in 2012, having picked up his one and only MMA victory over Vince Lassurio via TKO in the first round. For those curious, we actually reviewed that MMA fight. You can actually find it on our channel. We'll have a link be available for you all to check out after you get done with this piece. Look, I'm a huge Dave Batista fan. I learned personally a lot about him from close friends and family that actually used to know him before he got into wrestling, back when he was a bouncer at a few nightclubs here in the nation's capital. Hell, I had the opportunity to meet him once as I was doing some security work many years back, but I ended up getting sick. I couldn't go in to meet him. I've heard nothing but good things from everyone that's come across him. My pretend sister being one of those people. She even used to sit up and talk to him on a regular basis through MySpace, as he was always offering her good advice on tips and making into the WWE, back then the WWF. They were really tight at one point. They were sharing all types of stories, lunch boxes that they would collect, because I know that was one of Dave Batista's many hobbies. He loved collecting classic lunch boxes and all that. I've been a fan of Dave Batista ever since day one. He came up the roster as the enforcer, Deacon Batista, with that Count Dracula music, and he was playing the enforcer to Reverend Devon. Good times right there. I took one look at that big son of a bitch, and I said, that's a guy that's going to be a multi-time champion in the company. A lot of folks thought I was crazy when I said that, but I knew just by looking at him, even before he stepped in the ring, that he was a guy that could go really far in the business. So as long as he was paired up and schooled by the right people. I called it though, because look, 1 year after teaming up with Devon, he gets paired up with the multi-time champions in Ric Flair, Triple H, a young Randy Orton to form Evolution. From there to his feuds with Triple H over the World Heavyweight title, where not once, not even twice, but 3 straight consecutive pay-per-views, Triple H put Big Dave over. Not really sure if we've seen something like that since, from that standpoint of Triple H, of putting somebody over that many times. But I mean, my God, guys like Triple H, who Dave Batista is very good friends with, to John Cena, Undertaker, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio. The list just goes on and on of nothing but good praise for Dave Batista. No one has anything bad to say about the man. One of the last times we saw him in the WWE, he faced John Cena at a Over the Limit pay-per-view in an I Quit match for the WWE title, of which Batista lost. On that week's WWE Raw, Batista had came out in a wheelchair, arm in a sling, and took shots at the WWE Universe while threatening legal action for the injuries he took in that match. Bret Hart, who acted as the Raw general manager at the time, wanted for him to face Randy Orton in a match to qualify for a shot at John Cena and the WWE title at that next pay-per-view, as it was going to be a fatal four-way. Big Dave refused, and he quit the company right there on the spot. As we all would later learn, Dave Batista, he had great problems with the direction that the company was going, because it was going in that PG era. And Dave Batista, he kind of came in right at a good time in his wrestling career. It wasn't necessarily Attitude Era, but he fit that mold so perfectly well, especially when you think about one of his last runs in the WWE, where he was just this big ass jackass of a heel that had the sunglasses and the vest, and the lights were dim, and there was just a spotlight on him, and he was just pretty much going around talking about me. I mean, it was one of the best incarnations of Dave Batista that I can recall when I look back on his entire run in the WWE, but that was pretty much the last time that we saw the animal. Now here we are almost 4 years later, and the big guy returns. Personally, I'm pumped up, and I look forward to seeing him return. The man still has a great physique, as he's done a great job of staying in shape since being away. And the way things are looking right now, he's not going to be sticking around up until WrestleMania's conclusion. It appears as though he's going to be working with WWE at least up until SummerSlam, as after that he's going to be going on tour to promote his Marvel Comics Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which sees him once again teaming up with Vin Diesel from Chronicles of Riddick. Looking ahead into future storylines, we're probably going to see Big Dave cross paths with Triple H and Randy Orton in some shape or form. It's going to almost come off like a mini Evolution reunion until Batista reveals his true intentions, which is to go to the Royal Rumble, main event WrestleMania, and defeat Orton for the title. Triple H may try to step in, talk Batista out of it, but he's probably still going to go through to the Rumble. Orton may try to get help from the Shield to eliminate Batista from the Royal Rumble. Looking at the current roster right now, I personally have no problem with Batista winning the Rumble. The way things are looking for John Cena, he's probably going to be occupied with Hulk Hogan in some fashion. Don't quite see him in the picture for the title. There's a few match combinations we could see Batista in come WrestleMania 30. We could see him take on Triple H, and I know there's probably some of you that are probably going, well, wait a minute, isn't it going to be Triple H versus CM Punk? Well, a lot of us thought that maybe it was going to be Triple H, Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, but it looks like that has just gone completely ice cold. We could end up seeing Triple H take on CM Punk, but then again, it could be Triple H taking on Batista, and honestly, that's not a bad thing. Those guys, they had 3 matches, which were all very good, and the pay-per-view buy rates reflect that, as those two guys made some really good money working together. An angle could come about where it's revealed Vince McMahon reached out to Dave Batista to come back for the sole purpose of getting back the WWE World Heavyweight title in his quest to put Stephanie and Hunter in their place. It could culminate in a control for the company type of match. Remember, WWE's been playing with the idea for several months now, but just needed the right man. And as we all know, Stone Cold, he was looked at, but the way things are looking right now, he's never, ever coming back. And he really stressed that point recently on the Chris Jericho podcast. The Rock is off in Hollywood once again, and probably for good. Batista, I think, would be a good replacement for those guys. Another option is for Batista to take on John Cena, just in case they want to go that heel route with Dave. Remember, one of the last times those two met, supposedly Batista was injured badly at the hands of John Cena. So there's a door open right there to resume a feud if they want to go there. But I have a strong feeling that WWE is probably going to want to try to keep Batista as a strong babyface, trying to draw as much drawing power as they can, which I think is a smart move. Another option, and this is a long shot, but personally I'd love to see this. I wouldn't mind seeing Dave Batista take on Brock Lesnar. There's a storyline right there. Batista comes back. He wants to prove that at 45 he is still the biggest animal at the top of the food chain. He's still the baddest man on the planet. This could make Paul Heyman step in, introduce himself to Batista, and try to offer his services. Big Dave can turn him down while also taking a shot at Brock Lesnar. During the Royal Rumble match towards the end, maybe when it's down to about the final four, we could see Brock Lesnar show up, F5 Batista, roll out, basically kind of setting up a moment from the Royal Rumble 2004 when Brock Lesnar had F5 Goldberg to set up their WrestleMania program. These two guys could have one of the most intense series of programs leading up to WrestleMania if it's handled right. I'm thinking from a main attraction standpoint. I'm also thinking from a financial standpoint. This is also a very good matchup, folks. No matter what type of combination WWE does, it's going to pay off. So as long as they are smart in utilizing the 45-year-old animal. Folks that are new to Dave Batista, let me tell you, you guys are in for a big treat as you're going to bear witness to a very solid performer, one of the best guys to take a mic. He's just oozing with charisma, let me tell you. Best thing I like about Batista coming back is that it's not like he's dropped off the face of the earth. He's utilized social media very well, taken on the right type of movie projects aimed towards WWE's age demographics, even returned as an in-game character in last year's WWE 13 video game. Not to mention, he cut a brand new interview for Triple H's Thy Kingdom Come DVD. The connection is there, and if I were a betting man, he's going to get one hell of an ovation coming up January 20th for that respected WWE Raw. Again, 1 week before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I definitely want to get you guys' thoughts on Dave Batista returning to the WWE, so feel free to leave your comments down below, and we'll definitely do our best to follow up on what you all have to say on our weekend edition of the RCWR show. Hey, quick programming note, due to the Christmas holiday week, there will not be a Tuesday night edition of the RCWR show. Regular programming will be resumed on Thursday, December 26th, as we cover Fallout from TNA Impact Wrestling as seen on Spike TV. So join us for an all-new Impact Showdown, the simulcast. It'll be airing right here on YouTube and also at our sister site at blogtalkradio.com. You'll be able to catch that Thursday, December 26th at 11 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, please do so, as we always post great content on our channel on a weekly basis. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to retweet it, Google Plus it, Facebook it, as it's one of the many ways to spread the good word about our channel. Thank you guys so much. Have a safe and a Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. We'll catch y'all later.